I don't have an assistant screening my calls for me. I will take a phone call. If my phone rings, I'll pick it up and take the call. And I sometimes get employees calling me with concerns about a work environment, maybe an idea. And the way that I manage that is I always first say to them, have you talked to the people at your local level first? And more often than not, I find out that they haven't. And number one, that respects the people at the local level. It also points in a direction for a process that I'm not going to be the one that has all the answers, even though I'm president of the company. I ask them to go back and meet with their people to really understand, is there an opportunity, what's the issue, and then I expect them to get back to me, or I'll get back to them with what's the resolution of that issue, be it a new product idea, issue on the floor. And sometimes they might not like the answer, but they always know that we'll be fair and that we'll listen to their concerns. That's really what we try to advocate through human resources, through the people who work with me, is an openness to ideas, an openness to our people so we can hear them. Because at the end of the day, people want to feel that they have a voice in what's going on in the company. If they feel they have that and they're heard, even though that might not have been acted on or changed, at least they knew they had the opportunity to say that. I think that's critically important. In the meeting, about 70% of our, what I'll call the creative side of it, does come through design and the customer interface that we have. And it's kind of bringing that back into the plant. A good example of that would be a particular carton that I showed in the meeting that has all that glue, folding and gluing and joining on it. Well, the designers just can't do that, so they have to bring that idea that was a customer idea back out into the plant, and our designers have to interact with the employees on that, say, that particular piece of equipment to see, well, I designed it this way, will that work through the gluing section? And maybe it won't. The operators will have an idea for how to change that. We'll change that in the design, bring it back to the customer, show them how that will work. And so it's really an iterative process between those three parties that get involved with it. You know, I mentioned the collaboration across our designers in terms of they have a problem somewhere, they're maybe stuck and they have to try to figure out how to solve it. We have meetings twice a year with all the designers where we get together and bring them together. So now there's a face to a name, and it's not just a phone call away. And you know, you establish those personal relationships, and usually in a personal relationship, you'll find you're more willing to help someone versus you've never met them. And we try to use technology to do that. We have through the network that we have the ability to collaborate real time online, not with video, but with teleconference and the computer itself to maybe even work on a design together, and so that collaborative process is kind of fun. And then we celebrate those. Sometimes there's President's Awards that go out for those things. Other times it's just, you know, getting together and having some hamburgers at the grill out in the parking lot and saying thanks for a job well done.